See, this is what I want to cover. This is what I want to talk about. These are the kinds of videos I want to make. Greetings everyone, House here, and I just wanted to really quickly make a video regarding the recent Q&A that Gun did on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. If you did not get a chance to watch it, I would highly recommend trying to find either the VOD or find somebody's recap of the points, because they went over a lot of good things from what I could see. Granted, I was being an excellent employee and watching while I was at work, trying to sneakily get any information I could, but that's beside the point. I wanted to take some time today to discuss some of the points they brought up. I won't be able to discuss everything just because I want to keep this video pretty concise, but there are some important things that they brought up that I think are worth talking about and things that are worth celebrating. So we were joined by Wes and Matt from Gun to discuss some of the community's questions that they had regarding the game. There were a lot of things that were discussed that I knew were going to come up. Certain things like DLC pricing. They did confirm that that pricing is finalized. It will not be changing. Certain things like no skill-based matchmaking planned. Gun has been pretty vocal about wanting to keep this game kind of fun, and skill-based matchmaking can affect that. So them sticking with those things, I kind of expected. However, there were some things that came up that were a little surprising to me. And since we've made videos in the past discussing some of these topics, I did want to take time not only to give you guys an update on that, but also to give credit where credit is due. Anytime that a developer takes time to sit with the community, address our questions, and talk openly with us, that is a victory for the game and for that community. It takes a lot to be able to sit down and directly address some of the issues that are coming up and be the face giving those hard answers when you have to give them. So I do want to give them props for doing this. This is something I would love to see continue in the future, and hopefully we can keep those lines of communication open. Like I said, I'm not going to cover everything, but I do want to bring up a couple of points. They are aware of the party issue, the people leaving at the beginning of matches. They do want to address that. There wasn't too much information given on that, but they are aware of it. Right now, I know some people are stuck at level 99 with no real progress to be made. They did bring up that they are interested in increasing the level cap beyond level 99, kind of giving some incentive to keep grinding. They also did bring up the fact that they are looking into implementing some earnable currency that you can use in game to unlock things. The wording on that was a little vague on what those things would be. It's up to debate if it's going to be cosmetics only. I think that it would be good to have an ability to unlock new family and victim members with that currency, but it remains to be seen. I would imagine if you could unlock those characters, it would be a pretty high price. You would be grinding for a while, but I think that people would be okay with that as long as they were able to earn those characters and it wasn't ridiculous, like 200 hours just to unlock the new family member or something like that. I would expect to see that earnable currency used for skins, maybe some new skins that they introduce into the game that are less valuable than the ones that they want you to pay money for. You could see something where you're able to purchase, say, the bloody skins for the family members with that earnable currency. However, any premium skins, I would not expect you would be able to use that currency on. With Dead by Daylight, for instance, anytime they have a partnership with a company to bring in a character like the Cenobite from Hellraiser or the Shape from Halloween, you cannot use the in-game currency for those characters. It is a premium character. You have to pay money for those. That just makes sure everything is fair for the license holder and the company developing the game, so I would expect to see something like that. Nicotero probably doesn't want you to just earn his skin. He probably wants his cut from taking time to develop and promote the skin, which is reasonable, I think. On the topic of skins, they did confirm as well that they have seen the community lusting for a shirtless Johnny skin, which I thought was pretty funny that they are very aware of that mindset. They are very aware for that want from the community. They confirmed that because people have been so vocal about wanting it but not been weird or rude about it, they actually are going to be implementing it. We are going to get a shirtless Johnny skin, which I think is pretty hilarious. Broke mindset when shirtless Johnny, woke mindset when shirtless Bubba. That's the real question. But you know, I'm happy for all of our Johnny mains, all of our thirsty little community members, that's great for them. I'm happy. We did get a update that we will be getting the new family member and victim by the end of the month, so by the end of November here. And they did confirm that we are going to be getting new family cosmetics sometime near the end of the year or beginning of next year. Sometime in that time frame is where they're shooting for. So that's something to look forward to as well. However, I've been dancing around the biggest one I wanted to talk about. They have confirmed that they have planned sometime in the next month to remove the requirement for Leatherface to be in the game for the game to start. This is something that I've seen brought up, but I didn't think that they would implement, at least not right away. It seemed like the game was balanced around the idea of having Leatherface and 2 family members to go up against the victims. So to see them change that is pretty surprising, but it is surprising in a good way. I'm glad that they are responsive to what the community has brought up. I'm glad that they are willing to have that discussion and willing to try it out. I know that we have talked about maybe having Johnny start in the basement and he somehow has the ability to break the tables, but I'm not sure that they will implement that right away, at least. It's possible they will, but I see them using Leatherface more as a Swiss Army knife for handling those obstacles like the table or breaking the crawl spaces so they can't be reopened. That will give some incentive for us to still use Leatherface. I think that will be kind of how they handle it. Sure, we want to open up the options to use maybe Johnny, Hitchhiker, and Cook, or, do the super crawl squad, have Cook and Hitchhiker and Sissy, and that will help keep queues moving, but we may run into issues where, hey, maybe I really miss playing Bubba. I wish we would have had Leatherface on this map, and I think that's kind of what they're hoping for. People see that having Leatherface there as that option, that utility, is more valuable than having 3 other family members. So for the sake of balance, maybe we see more people say, well, based on this squad or this map, we really should use Leatherface. I'll swap over to him. I think having the option to play as Leatherface will help with the issue, because inherently anytime you tell someone you have to do this thing, there's going to be some resistance to it. You have to play Leatherface, so I'm going to feel like I'm being boxed into that option and feel like it's not fun or like I'm being limited in my options. Whereas having the option to use Leatherface as I see fit, that makes me feel like I have more agency in the gameplay and the choice. So it's going to increase that pick rate in some instances, I think. But yeah, they claim they want to try and do that sometime by the end of November here. So if that's the case, that's pretty exciting. We'll see how that works out. Like I said, there's a lot of things they went over, a lot of great things, and I do encourage you to check those out. I can't cover them all right now just because this is a quick update, but I did want to take some time to give credit where credit is due. They are taking time to communicate with us, to address issues that we have brought up, and it does seem that they are listening, which is great to see. These are the videos that I like to make because I don't want to be another YouTube channel where all I do is complain about issues and watch a game that I love slowly circle the drain and disappear. I want to be somebody that can be excited about a game and celebrate these victories when we have them. Gun Interactive, Sumo Digital, I want to give props to you because you guys are doing good things. I want to see how a lot of these changes and plans that you have play out. But I think that we are coming to a point where we can expect that there will be more communication like this and that we can see changes in the near future to make the game even better. But that's just my thoughts on it. Be sure to leave your reaction to this live stream below. I do want to see what the community sentiment is on these changes and the conversations that took place. We've had a lot of really good discussion in the past on my videos, and I do want to continue that. So be sure to leave your thoughts below. And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video and subscribe. I know that's the typical YouTuber stuff to ask for, but it does help out a lot, and it just takes a second of your time. I would really appreciate it. But with that said, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, a good night, and good luck.